Good evening, everyone, or good morning. My time is 2:15 a.m. Good afternoon. Good evening, everyone, or good morning. My time is 2:15 a.m. Good afternoon. Haha, my last new mistake as a producer of the show. Forgot to mute myself on YouTube. This is Skipjack. You all named me the Queen of War Commander. I'm giving my final show host broadcast. Everything's quiet in my house. My husband is sleeping. The dogs are sleeping. Cats are sleeping. And this is going to be my last show. I'd like to preface that by, doesn't mean I'm not going to be a moderator anymore. Doesn't mean I'm giving up playing War Commander anymore. Doesn't mean I won't be there for the community as I always have been. I'm just decided after 7 years, it's time for me to not produce and or do shows anymore. So I would like to have a few things I'd like to say. I would also like to preface in the beginning that some players' names that I will name, I haven't obviously asked them yet if I can use their name, but I don't think they're going to have a problem with it. For those of you that I don't name by name, it's not because I don't want to, it's because I didn't ask your permission first. So I'd like to start out by saying that I started playing and being associated with Kickside games, streaming, about 7 years ago. I've been playing Kickside games since Desktop Defender and Backyard Monsters, and I've really been full-time playing Kickside games since before 2011, basically the end of 2010, the beginning of 2011. I've played every Kickside game that there is. I have moderated almost all of them, obviously not Backyard Monsters. And it has been my pleasure and my honor in any game, anyone who watches this has played any of those other games. It's been my pleasure and my honor, once I became a moderator, to be an even bigger part of the community, to walk that fine line between the player who gets pissed off and frustrated like everyone else, and the moderator who wants to help all of you, and then also the moderator who needs to remember to keep that connection with Kickside so we can keep the information flowing both ways. Does that mean I kiss ass? Yes. Does that mean I might kiss your ass every once in a while? Probably. Have I ever asked you to make me a video or help me out or wake you up in the middle of the night or post in a chat, hey, are you guys having this problem? Can you please let me know so I can pass it to the team? You're damn right I've done it. People who've jumped to me in a sector, even though it was an enemy sector, to test something so I could prove that it was an issue and video it. I want to thank every single one of you. I prefer not to name your names. I definitely don't want to name the sector where we had that horrible disaster. But everybody came, and I appreciate that. Because like other members in this community, it's not about your game. It's not about your base. It's not about even Kickside. It's about everyone in the community. And this is where we all like to hang out as friends, maybe even enemies, game acquaintances. I've lost a lot of friends in War Commander that have passed away. And with each one that has passed, obviously I'm getting a lot older, with each one that has passed, and I reach out to Kickside and ask for a perma bubble, it gets really, really harder to remember that it's really tough to lose somebody in game that you've been close to for so long. And you wish you had sent them one more PM or jumped to their sector just one more time for a war, just so you can hang with them and have a good time, enemy or not. I miss those people. I do, dearly. I'd like to talk about some of my heroes in game, but I can't name all of them, so I'm going to name some retired heroes. Rocket, Jano, My Grizzly, and I don't think he would mind if I say his real life name, Steve Campernow. Midnight Command, Dragon's Warrior, Warrior's Dragon, Data King and his entire crew. The original dragon, my dragon from Australia, the total kick-ass, sexy goth man that he is. Camulus, his crew. Snoopy, who no longer plays. These are some of the people that after that Banshee event, when Kixeye asked me to please come over and help in War Commander, I hadn't picked up War Commander since 2011, and I had a lot of catching up to do. If you all remember the Banshee event, you know, a lot of stuff happened between 2011 and that event. Those guys took me under their wing, and they didn't have to do that. And they taught me a lot about the game, and I'll be forever grateful. First thing they told me to do if I was going to spend money, because I was a mega coiner in Battle Pirates, was to max out my base expansions and then to max out my reso compressions. I did that at a level 22. I have never, ever regretted spending that coin, ever. I'm not saying you have to be a corner, but it was one of the best pieces of advice that they had ever given me. They taught me how to toon snipe. They taught me how to be a mouth in comms while everybody else was doing their thing, so I would distract people. Yeah, I had a lot of fun. I had a blast. Thank you. To the last of the 4 female moderators, which I will not name them by name. When I met all of you, and we all worked together on all the games together, it was awesome. It was great. The late night Google Hangouts. And we would all get together and we would pick one guy that would get to come in with us. That was always a blast. So to the guys who were competing to be that one guy, consider yourselves really lucky, but it really was a good time. To Tech Ninja Des for reminding me often that moderating should be secondary. Playing should come first, but above all, real life should come first. To all the wonderful people at Kixeye that no longer work there. I can't really say a lot of those names, but most of them I still talk to, at least on a weekly or monthly basis. I would really like to extend, again, one last time, a huge thank you for everything that you taught me about Kixeye, about gaming, about game code, about the life cycle of bugs and how things need to be fixed, but most of all, for a lifetime of friendship. I will always be grateful. To Lex and Vega Conflict for being your Skyjack instead of Skipjack, and for allowing me to be the only one in the community. The Vega Conflict was just Battle Pirates in space. Mixel, who created the moderator program, all of us as mods in all the games, and I know I speak for some of the other moderators, we will never ever be able to repay you. Even though you don't work for Kixeye anymore, you're a wonderful man, kind soul, and I will be also eternally grateful for everything that you've ever taught me. For CS Ruby from the UK, who also no longer works for Kixeye. Again, it was awesome that you were coming into the office as I was getting ready to go to bed. Normally this time, I'd have no problem grabbing him in an email and say, hey, what's up? How's your morning? Drinking tea or coffee? To the Fair Play manager who helped me when he didn't have to. I won't mention his name, and I won't go any farther with that, but he didn't have to, and he did. And the community benefited from that. To, I think I'm okay with saying this one. I won't say his real life name. So, to Fear, the owner of the BV brand, for everything that he taught me about the good and the bad and the ugly of doing live shows, especially when it comes to gaming. Regardless of how things have transpired before, during, or after, again, I will be forever grateful of all the things that you reminded me of what was important, and for all the things that I forgot to remember, and then possibly stepped on toes, or worse, hurt your feelings or the members of the BB community's feelings. I should have kept it classy, as a good friend has always told me to do. To Dr. Phil for showing me the gaming show ropes, the real ropes, especially when I would screw something up, and how quick and easy it was to fix it before we would go live. To Shadow Killer, my brother from a different mother. He has no idea I'm doing this show. I hope he will forgive me. But my friendship with you is one of the dearest things I hold in my heart. And if I were to never play this War Commander game again, we'd still be forever grateful for all we've been able to do together. To all those on the other shows, and I'm not doxing anyone here, only respect of the highest. Please keep on doing what you're doing. The community needs that from everyone, positive or negative. You do your negative your way. I do mine, try to do my negative constructively. I don't always succeed. I screw up. I'm human. I've had rant shows. I've said things I shouldn't have said. I've called people out when I shouldn't have. I'm a human being and I've made mistakes. If I haven't apologized to you, I'm apologizing to you now. Whether or not you choose to accept it is completely up to you. You don't have to forget it, but I'm asking for your forgiveness. Because in those times when I was wrong, I was wrong as a human being. Has nothing to do with the show, has nothing to do with the brand. As a human being, I shouldn't have done or said some of the things that I have done. Please accept my apologies. To the Kickside team, especially the War Commander team, I will say it again, as I have said before, bar none, and I have worked with every Kickside game team except Backyard Monsters, and I still work with some of them because I still work at Kickside. Everyone, Tone, Vega, War Commander, Battle Pirates, War Commander Rogue Assault. To those guys that are on those teams, aside from War Commander, I love you too. You guys are great. I do. But bar none, this is the best game team ever that I have had the honor and the pleasure to work with. And if you're in the Discord and you're in the forums and you're involved with the moderators and you're getting answers like you've never got before and changes in the game are happening practically real time, I know that you have to know what I'm talking about. Battle Pirates is experiencing that now. They have some leadership changes, and Wrong Thinker is their lead dev. So I know that the Battle Pirate community, who I'm still friends with, they're in great hands. The person who's running Battle Pirates right now was the person who ran War Commander until we got CM Bernie. So I have 100% faith in him. I'm already seeing a change. To Wrong Thinker, for everything that you've ever reached out to me for when you didn't have to, gave me answers for when it wasn't even your job, and when I thought I was going to lose my mind and just walk away from it all, you convinced me to stay and said, what can I do to help? I'll figure something out. Sorry. Just want to let CM Bernie Golden Doodle kicks Chris. Can't name them all, I'm sorry. Friendly Fixer. There's some that I can't name, but most of you know them from the focus group. You guys are my friends, but more than that, because most of you are below the cougar line, I think of you guys as family. Not so much as sons, but very close friends that could be my younger brothers. Thank you for everything that you do for the community. Thank you for putting up for me when I come in yelling and screaming, hey. Thank you for not being upset when I ping you, or I text you, or I call you in the middle of the night because the game is down. Thank you for understanding and being there for the community. To my husband, who over the years, especially during the Unshackled brand, has always known Wednesdays and Saturdays that he was always the one who would have to do the cooking, for supporting me, bringing me tea if I need it, which I'm drinking now so I don't break down too much, ginger ale, water, bringing me something to eat so I would have time to mute up and eat in between the show. Anything I wanted, anything I needed, he was always there for me, whether we were on the show for an hour, 2 hours, 5 hours, and hey, we've had some great event shows for 5 hours. There's just too many crews out there for me to thank individually. So I'm going to thank some sectors. And also I'm not really sure if I can name crews, and that's not like a doxing thing. I don't know. To be honest, I'm not really going to worry about it right now. But I'd like to thank Sector 27, Sector 32, Sector 87, Sector 197, Sector 101, Sector 173, and Sector 172, just to name a few. But I really want to call those sectors out for shelter from a storm, great warpaths if we needed targets, great fighting sectors, and a few of those are enemy sectors. So thanks for letting us come to your sector and blow it up for warpath and walk away with a whole bunch of blue goo. I want to especially thank the players in 32 for the first time ever I made it to Warpath, to the Platinum Division. And boy, what a new mistake. Don't talk and chat when you're about to hit 10K blue goo. Honor everybody. I call it blue goo. And talk and chat. Because they'll take it away from you and knock you back down to the Gold Division. Lost 570 infamy on the first hit, 375 after that. Every time I got close to 10K and got into the Platinum Division again, they would knock me right back down to Gold. That's what I'm talking about. That's old school War Commander. Did I like it? Hell no. Was it fun? Yep, it was really fun. I'd like to add an extra special shout out to Sector 22. I want to, with the highest, most utmost respect, for one of the best PvP last-minute invasions of a sector ever. Those of you who were respectful and didn't get personal, and even when it did get personal and global, when the admin stepped in and said, hey, knock it off, it stopped. They honored their 1v1, and they played for fun and not to beat up people personally. I can't say that I won a whole lot in a lot of bases. I did snipe a lot of tunes, but nothing big, like buggies, silly stuff. But it felt good. Nobody got me for 100%, 98. But I got a few people for 100%, and the one person who I promised I'd do 1v1, I got him for 70%. My battle log says 70%, his says 68. I'll take my 70. It's my log. Thank you so much for being respectful and following, as you say, the honor of the 1v1. No one touched me before I left. Nobody touched me while I was in his base. And that was actually a good time. I lost my ass in his base. Didn't know that you could deploy too much air. Meaning as in, like, I still had air that I could deploy, but I guess I had already deployed so much that somebody said that was a bug or something. Maybe, I don't know. I just lost my ass. And I completely forgot that I had destroyed his missile bastion, and I had 7 missiles I could have used on his base. To the community, I bid you good wishes, good health, fun, times with your family and friends, but most of all, love. Love from one human being to other human beings. Love one another. Take the game stuff and your frustrations about real life or the way your boss treats you or the fact that somebody cut you off in traffic. Take it to the mat. Don't call people names, or try not to. I mean, I use postpone, but keep it trash talk game related. Don't go there. Try not to. I know some of you aren't going to hear that, but be a human being. We get one go round on this rock that's spinning in the universe. That's it. One. Instead of spending your time breaking another human being down, and then that person then maybe take the bait and tries to break you down, how about you just take it to the mat for some fun? It's a whole lot more fun. Oh my goodness. For all of those that I didn't ask before the show, before I decided to do this show, you know who you are. I really would prefer not to name those names right now, although I could. I'm still going to be a moderator. I'm still going to be here for you if you need me. I'll still help you when I can. I'll try not to ever turn anyone away. You guys know that my motto is I don't see tags, which pisses some people off. I don't see tags. I don't see color. I don't see gender. I don't see sexual orientation. I don't see religion. I don't see colors. I don't even see sectors. If something's broke in your game and you need it fixed, I don't care what tag you wear. I don't care what sector you're in. Reach out to me, reach out to any one of the other moderators, and let's get you fixed. Because if you're my enemy, I can't flat you. If you're my friend, I might want to take you with me somewhere to go flat that person who was my enemy. So we need to get you fixed. I'll always try to be here for you. If I don't answer, I'm sick, I'm on vacation, or I'm traveling for work. I want to touch on that because that's not something specifically that I have talked about, but I would like to mention it quickly because it's not on my notes of things to do. I have a lifelong condition that will never change. It'll just get worse as I get older. I'm not looking for sympathy. I don't want anybody to send me cards or letters. I don't want you to stop PMing me because good God Almighty, if I think about it too much, it scares the shit out of me. And I would rather be talking to you about War Commander, even if it's a bug, than thinking about what's going on with my health and that it's just going to get worse as I get older. There's nothing anybody can do. And occasionally, yeah, a simple cold or maybe a fever will land me in the hospital instead. So if you don't get me and it's been more than 2 days and one of the moderators or someone at Kix doesn't say to you she's on vacation or she's traveling, then grab one of the other moderators. Because if I'm sick, no one at Kix is going to tell you. And when I'm really, really sick, most of the time I don't think Kix tells the other moderators unless it's an emergency. I want to remind everybody that the world is a crazy place sometimes. And we learn to live and laugh and cry. And then there's the time to say goodbye. This is my goodbye. Since I know there's a few of you out there that have birthdays, but not necessarily War Commander players, I'm going to sing my song, but change it from a birthday song. Excuse me. This is going to be hard. Happy hunting to you. Happy hunting to you. Happy hunting and smashing, my dear enemies and allies. Happy, happy hunting to you. Good day, good night, and looking forward to seeing you on the battlefield. This is Skipjack. You gave me the name Queen of War Commander. And it's time to pass that on to someone else. Thank you.